Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Win TV. I'm your host, Misha Green, and I am so excited to be here today with Aisha Bond, Executive Director of the Greater Washington, D.C. Black Chamber of Commerce, and Buck, who is one of the featured artists, or is the featured artist, let me get that right, for Monday's celebration of the arts and business and all things I'm saying unapologetically Black in DC in business and art. Is that right, Aisha?
That works. That fits. If the shoe fits, let's wear it. So I think that's appropriate.
Perfect. Well, first of all, welcome you both to the show.
Thank you for having us.
I want to do that just to do that for no reason.
I love it. I love it. Waves are like my favorite thing. I don't know why. I think they're just innocent and great, and people
makes you feel good. They're comforting.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, first of all, let's get into the important question because it's a Friday. How are you all doing today?
That's nice. That's a great way to start. I feel great because it is Friday. We've been working really hard, as you can imagine. We have exciting things coming up, and we do. So it's a really, dense time for us to be doing all the things, but it feels great to be on the precipice of something so big. So thank you for having us and giving us this platform to talk about it.
Well, thank you for being here. And Buck, how are you feeling today?
I'm fine. I think that fits. No, I'm good. It's Friday, man. It feels good. We're going into the weekend. I'm glad to just be getting through the week. So
for sure, people keep saying, "Oh yeah, we're going into the long weekend," and I notice how none of us have said this because this is going to be a busy weekend for us.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's great and so much to celebrate. So before we even get into what's happening this Monday, Aisha, I know you all have been ridiculously busy at the Greater Washington, D.C. Black Chamber of Commerce. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to that leads to Monday's celebration or leading us to Monday's celebration.
Well, we have been up to all the things. I mean, we're still quite a young chamber, and so much of what we have been doing just includes making sure that we have the robust foundation to have the longevity that many of the chambers that we've seen in this area have and succeed with. So, lots going on internally, I will say, that I'm incredibly proud of, but really here to talk a lot about our programmatic work. And along the way, a lot of times what happens in the chamber is somebody will come to you, a business owner or an entrepreneur, or come to you with a question or a comment or a feedback or engagement, and it spawns this idea, or it holds the camera up or holds the lens up to a gap in our community that we need filled or we need some advocacy around. And so that's kind of what happened here, where the notion that artists as entrepreneurs really didn't have a home base to really lean into as a collective and as a community to make sure that they had sounding boards, resources, insight, network support, some place to kind of lay some of that burden down a little bit and get a little bit of relief, which is a big part of being a chamber, is making sure that we're really thinking about the psyche of our entrepreneurs and the exhaustion that they feel and experience, and making sure that they recognize that, we are here to create some coalition building around them, resources around them. So in short, the arts community was just at the top of mind. And I had the idea that with this gala and award ceremony being the first, perhaps one thing that we could do is add the arts in a way that was really dynamic, but also really beautiful, and showcase this notion that I began to call the art of Black business. I mean, as Black business people, entrepreneurs, Black businesses, we all have seen and observed what it looks like to see our relatives and ourselves build something out of nothing and really just show the elegance of our creativity and the things that we do so well. So we wanted to make sure we were integrating not just the arts, but the arts community and being thoughtful. So we ended up with a series of events. The first was 2 days ago, which was a roundtable with lots of leaders from the arts community to really begin a discussion and initiate a collective, a committee, if you will, economic Enterprise Committee for the Arts. And then Monday, as you've noted, we have our actual award gala and soiree, which is entitled The Art of Black Business, where again, Buck will be our artist sort of in residence that night. He has created a beautiful piece that we will hopefully hide and showcase. I don't know if we're planning to show it today or not, but it's a gorgeous piece that I had the pleasure to have in my house for a couple of days and pretend like it was mine. But now, alas, it goes back to the event and hopefully to a lucky auction winner on Monday night.
That is awesome. And as someone with an arts background myself, I think it was so incredibly shocking to me to learn that there was so much business related to being an artist, and so it's so wonderful that the DC Black Chamber of Commerce is wrapping their arms around the district's arts community, which totally is the business community in all ways, in such a beautiful way. And featuring Buck and Aisha having the pleasure of having his work in her home for a little bit of time. But Buck, tell us about this collaboration, how it feels to be involved in working with the Chamber of Commerce.
It feels awesome. It's a great opportunity for me to give my spin on something that me and Aisha have talked about this a billion times. I've been a part of different conversations over the years where we're talking about businesses and Black businesses, and I mean, some people a lot of people in the city have seen me grow from 0 to 60 to, you know what I'm saying, and or 0 to 100, whatever you want to call it, and seen the whole process. Some people have even had coffee with me while being dirt poor and broke, and talking about what we're going to do over the next few years and end up, the next 20 years, you know what I'm saying? And seeing and then recognizing those around you also grow and become business leaders at this point. You go from Hampton University and everybody's just trying to figure out how to put on their pants. And then all of a sudden, it's 2023. And you're all business leaders and owners. You own businesses, and all your friends own businesses. You know what I'm saying? Your Black friends, all your friends, your whole community. They all are trying to prosper, and they're aspiring to do more. And that's what it's all about. It is really just all about progress and success. And this is what this is all about.
And so I know that this Monday is not only a celebration, if you will, but it's also a moment to highlight the artistic and business community here in the district. Aisha, you shared it a bit in your last answer, but why is that important? Why should we be doing that, particularly the day and age that we're in now?
Well, there were a few reasons why we thought it was actually important. I mean, we certainly had some really critical discussions internally. Do we need another gala? Do we need another party? If it's one thing DC doesn't necessarily need, it's another reason to party. But we like to party and we like to celebrate each other. And we thought that ultimately it was important to recognize the people who profess to be supporting and engaging Black business communities and supporting, access to capital and the other resources that Black businesses need. We thought it was important for us as a chamber to say, yes, this organization really did show out this year. Yes, this company really did make sure that they were expanding or extending some of their boundaries in order to incorporate, encompass, and diversify some of the offerings that they had. We thought it was important to make sure we were holding up leaders in our community that were constantly fighting for us or advocating for us, and also shine the light on businesses, indeed, who have been resilient. For example, we're giving an award to a Business Resiliency Award, and Cultural Preservation actually is the name of that award. And it speaks to the notion that there are people out here who have been many times singularly on their own, holding it down literally for their community just by having a brick and mortar or a space that's a safe space or a consistent space that people can consider home, but they also can rely on. And we wanted to shine light on that. So there's a whole spectrum of awards that we will be presenting from, like I said, organizations to individual business owners. But we thought that it would be nice. It's kind of a FUBU moment, like a for us, by us, that we sort of put that stamp on these partnerships or these moments to say, hey, we recognize the work that's being put in, or the intentionality around initiatives and policies that are shifting that we might see in our peer organizations and or corporate entities around us.
And Buck, you talked a little bit about the trajectory that has been being an artist, a full-time artist and an entrepreneur in this world. Tell us a little bit more about your work, and what inspires you and gets you going. And I know that we can't know too much about the piece that will be revealed this Monday, but maybe a little hint about what we could expect.
That's a lot of questions.
It was like three. It was
it's like
a three-layer.
That's 7 in 1 question.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start. I think, well, with the work I'm doing now and what I'm pushing, again, it's the same thing about just progression and moving forward and how wonderful it is to have the opportunities, and it's the possibilities of the opportunities to continue to succeed. And so the artwork speaks to this. And so it's a dialogue between a work by Philip Guston, who's a painter, and his work is at the National Gallery right now. He has a piece called City Limits. And Philip Guston played around with a lot of like cartooning, like the Ku Klux Klan. So the uproar about his exhibit is basically that he has these Ku Klux Klan figures in his pieces, but what he was doing was showing how like unreasonable and irrational hate was by basically cartooning these fools. And so so basically it was like this dialogue looking at like, it's almost like a car chase, and it's like a Keystone car chase in my mind, where it's like, you see these folks that are free and they're just they just riding around looking good, like they're doing the best, like they're having the best time in their lives, and they're doing what they want to do, and they're getting to success, they're getting to where they got to go, and they're not going to let these other fools get in their path and get in their way. And it's really about, again, progression, success, keep going, whatever you got to do. Nothing. It's really about just not letting anything get in your way. And that's what a lot of us do. We let other things get in our way, and it may be person, place, a thing, whatever it is, something's in your path, and it's really not in your path. And you have people that can support you, like the Chamber of Commerce, the Black Chamber of Commerce. You might have friends that live in certain neighborhoods, certain people that you have friends that own businesses. They can always help you. There's somebody here to help you. You know what I'm saying? These are your comrades. These are your people that's going to get in the car with you and go. And so this is what the piece is all about. So I think did that answer the question?
That did. It totally answered the question. Okay. Thank you. And I just have to say, I'm loving the work in the back. I think it's.
This is nothing. This is
that whole thing.
I just put together in the background.
No, it's really awesome. And again, I love hearing the passion behind you all's work. It makes me know that there are people who care about the work that they're doing every day, and it really is inspiring to hear you all chat. So that said, Aisha, I know that there are so many challenges still facing the district's Black business community, the district's art community, we know as well. But tell us how the Greater Washington DC Black Chamber of Commerce is working to address some of the issues that our entrepreneurs face.
Well, I'll start by saying the number one thing that the Chamber is doing is making sure that we're providing resources to businesses and business owners. The primary resource, though, as you can imagine, is access to capital. We are constantly thinking about where the money is and who is getting it. How we engage conversations and partnerships with folks who have, funding available or funding opportunities, or maybe it's procurement opportunities. Wherever those opportunities exist, we're always trying to build a bridge there for our businesses and our members to have a clear, direct, path to success. So that's the large part of the work that we do, is really building out those partnerships. And again, Monday night is a great night for us to sort of celebrate some of those partnerships as well. But aside from access to capital, we're always thinking about business growth, quite frankly. As you can imagine, a lot of times entrepreneurs are a party of one, solo practitioners, or, a singular entrepreneur or business person who's only, they are everything. They're the social media person, they are the, actual craftsman, they are the marketing person, they're the delivery person, and all of those things. And sometimes we really need to think about, how can you take that step to build and grow your business, hire that first person, make sure that you're pacing and you have a strategy around growth potential and growth engagement, so that we really can have success, long-term success in businesses, and also the benefit of passing on businesses across generational lines. So from access to capital and strategic growth, we're also thinking about technical assistance, just supporting our businesses in all of the ways that they say they need support. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of times the needs are voiced in, roundtable discussions, workshops, panels that we might have. And when we hear that need voiced, our job then is to respond to it. What then does that mean? Does that mean we need to convene leaders in this industry so that we can get those answers? Does that mean we need to actually knock on doors and communicate with people directly based upon our resources? What does that mean? Do we need to educate our business community more? That's one of the things that we're tackling with the arts community as well, is really that business education, because you're an artist, your craft, your specialty, your focus is in your good, your where, your medium, whatever that might be. And we want to make sure that you have the education and the insight and the roadmap to success in those business spaces that might not be intuitive to you. So those are our primary tracks, and that's our primary agenda. Of course, we consider ourselves a leading voice for business advocacy, for Black business advocacy here in the greater Washington area. And so we're always just making sure that we are thinking about policy and representing our business community zealously.
And with all of this amazing work that you're doing, I'm sure it helps that folks can support in some ways. How do we tap in? How does the community support the DC Black Chamber of Commerce?
Well, I'd be remiss if I did not say we are open to sponsorships right now for the event. That's a huge way to, contribute and just support the chamber and the organization overall when we have these sponsorship opportunities. So please, go to our website, www.gwbcc.org, to find out more about that. But also, it just being a resource, leaning into the chamber, reaching out to us, letting us know what you know. If there's something that you have or know, or a relationship that you're either trying to build or aware of that you think would be of use to our Black business community, that's how we are best supported, by really the community around us and the people who really dig deep to just say, I care about this issue. I'm committed to this issue. I will dedicate my time and resources to this issue in whatever way that looks like. Certainly if you are a business owner, I beg you to become a member. We really are nothing without our membership. That's one of our primary goals this year, especially, was to really build up our membership. And I'm incredibly proud to say that we have, we're over 200 members now. I think when I came on last year and a half, we were about 60 or a little under that. So our membership is growing, but we can't be the leading voice if we haven't heard from our business community. And really the best way for us to know and hear about the concerns that you're facing in your business is to be a part of this community. So get involved, get on one of our committees, start coming to our programs, panels, discussions, etc., and certainly coming to party with us when the time comes.
Yes. All of the above. People, you see the website, tap in. Folks can still come to the soiree on Monday. Is that
100%? Yeah, the tickets are on Eventbrite. So it's an Eventbrite link. The event is called The Art of Black Business. So if you look up The Art of Black Business on Eventbrite, you'll see that link. Tickets are still for sale. We still have some space, and I think maybe a table or two. So if you're interested in a table with your org, please, reach out and secure that. And if you're interested in a ticket, you can absolutely get that at Eventbrite.
Perfect. I think I have. Yes. Awesome. I'm also going to put that in the chat so all our viewers can click directly on that, because it's going to be a fun time, you all. Okay. So Aisha, Buck, anything else that you'd like to share with our reader or our viewers, either before we wrap, anything that might be important?
Well,
for Monday or in general?
I will say it's important for me to note that one of our fantastic board members is none other than Denise Rolock Barnes, who owns The Informer. So, highlighting her, just like I would like to highlight all my board members, they're incredibly gracious and very much committed to this work. So I would be remiss not to mention her name here today and thank her for all the opportunities that she's presented for the chamber in all of the different ways. But other than that, I do want to make sure people know we are partying. I mean, we've got a great band, we've got great food. It's a really swank vibe. We're kind of bringing this sort of Cotton Club Renaissance vibe to the room. The room is a gorgeous room already at the Hamilton Hotel. If you haven't been to the Skylar Room, which I have not, it's a really good vibe. We did our best to try to create something that you might not have ever gone to. It's not just another event. It's really a special evening. So please don't miss out.
Awesome. And Buck, any plugs that you want to share with our viewers?
I'm trying to think of what I'm like. No, I'm cool. Everything's good over here. No,
where can they see your art, Buck? They've got to see your art.
I was trying to send it and we couldn't. It's just
no. I mean your site.
Oh, my site. Oh, yes. Thank you, Aisha. This is why you need the Black Chamber of Commerce on your. You can find my work
promote
at mbilashaka.com. It's MBILASHAKA, and that means without a doubt in Swahili.
I am so inspired by the both of you. I am so thankful that you could be with us today on this Friday before a ridiculously, I'm sure, busy weekend. But this is going to be such a good time. As Aisha said, we're going to party on Monday. Y'all are off, most of you, on Monday tuning in. So, you have some time to nap, etc., before we party the night away and celebrate such important change makers here in the DC region, as well as all those in the district's Black business and arts community. I just want to shout out everybody. And if I'm missing someone, Aisha, please let me know. A Business Innovator of the Year is Ian Callender and Angel Gregorio. Is that correct?
That's right. We had two winners. They both were excellent, so we couldn't decide. We chose two.
That's so exciting. I saw Ian yesterday and I didn't tell him congratulations. So, you know what? I did, because I tried to get a last minute interview and put him on there. But you know what? Congratulations again, Ian and Angel. So we want to make sure. I was like, did I not? No, I did. I did my job as a journalist. And then we have Resilience and Cultural Preservation Award is going to Wanda Henderson of Wanda's on 7th. Yeah. We have the Ascension Award is going to Matthew Featherstone and Brandon Wiles of Hiatus Cheesecake. Social Impact Award is going to the DC Go-Go Museum of Ronald Moten. My dogs are like really hyping this up in the background.
At least it's yours and not mine. I've got dogs over here that are being quiet for 1 more minute.
Business Partnership of the Year, the award goes to DC Anchor Partnership, recognizing the DC Deputy Mayor's Office of Planning and Economic Development, as well as Coalition of Nonprofit Housing and Economic Development, DC Council Committee on Business and Economic Development, and District of Columbia Government. And the Business Advocate of the Year is Council Member at Large and Chairman of the Business and Economic Development Committee, the Honorable Kenyon R. McDuffie.
That's our roundup.
Woohoo! That's a great roundup.
A lot. You said a lot. You just said a whole lot.
I know, y'all. It was a mouth work this morning, but I'm appreciative of it and for their work. And of course, our featured artist, Buck, thank you for everything you're doing and for
doing that.
Oh, goodness. This has been great.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you all so much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. See you Monday night.
Thank you, Aisha.
Thanks, Buck.
Thank you.